All right, who's your favorite Laker that you've seen in your lifetime? But you can't choose Shaq, you can't choose Kobe, you can't choose LeBron. We have a guest. I'm not gonna get to her yet, so I'm gonna ask Lou first. Lou, who's yours?
This is probably going to show my age. The reason I'm going to say this player is because I had such a high conviction when I was scouting him coming out of college that I just knew he was going to work, and it's Kyle Kuzma. I loved Kyle Kuzma. It's funny that the reaction is all I needed to see. I just he was, probably honestly somebody I liked a little more, but they're already old. But Kuzma was just the most entertaining person, not just because of what he did for the Lakers. I was just really high on him coming out of the draft. So seeing him translate that almost immediately, being the 27th pick at the time, I remember I was in Coral Gables in a random pizzeria that I had never stepped foot in. And that pick came up on the board, and I was like, steal of the draft at 27. I don't want to say I was right because obviously there's a lot of good players in that draft, but pretty good fucking value for 27th pick. Just his ability to play make at that size. He came and he shot the ball really well, at least his rookie year he did, and just did things that weren't expected of a 27th overall pick. He did that for 2 seasons, obviously helped him win a chip there. How much he contributed probably wasn't that much, but just in terms of like my personal watching experience, I enjoyed watching Kyle Kuzma play for sure.
Frankie?
I'm going to go Lamar Odom. That I love playmaking bigs. He could handle, he could rebound, push in transition. He was actually, fun fact, second basketball jersey I ever owned was Lamar Odom Miami Heat jersey. Got the Heat Shaq in that trade. So a lot of great memories. But seeing him win in LA was one of the few things I enjoyed about them winning. Just seeing him and Powell on the break and in just having 2 6'10", 6'11" guys that could handle the ball, had great chemistry together in the triangle in transition. It was great to watch, and he was on crack. So,
no, I ain't gonna lie. Look,
shout out to Stephen A.
Look, we make the jokes, but if you want somebody to play hard and like bring the energy, I ain't gonna condone it. But I'm just saying. Now, me and Frankie are kind of showing that we're the same age, though. My favorite player, aside from Kobe, Shaq, and LeBron, is also Lamar Odom. Not because of his Lakers stint, though, just watching his whole career from the Clippers, because those teams were so cool. Like seeing him get to the Lakers and be able to win, that was great to see. But my opinion honestly doesn't matter because we're doing something a little different today. We got a guest. We got our most famous friend here. You've seen her on Twitter every day going viral. Oh. In my mind, LeBron and Paul George's best friend, guest on podcast, which we will talk about if she had more time, but it's limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine L. Watkins.
Thank you. Please tell the people why my time was limited. You were late.
I was late because I'm gonna be transparent. I sleep on my off days from work. I'm sleeping an hour a night, so I couldn't wake up. Jasmine. Who was your favorite Laker aside from Shaq, Kobe, or LeBron?
Derek Fisher. Ooh. I like an old, reliable man. Lefty from Little Rock. Come on. I mean, he was intricate. And Kobe and Powell, they were necessary for them championships, but I feel like everybody overlooks Derek Fisher.
That's a great pick. I completely forgot about him, to be honest with you. He hit a bunch of clutch shots.
0.4.
Yeah. And I love how they ran off the court like that was going to matter, too. Ladies and gentlemen.
Off the court, everything is like fine. You can't call me back.
Welcome to another episode of Playoff Foul. I'm Kenny. I got Lou with me like always. Lou, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Another great day to talk some hoops.
Got Frankie with me. How you doing?
Let's go. Let's talk some Lakers.
And we already introduced our guest, but I do have an extra question for the guest that wasn't on the docket. Because anytime somebody grows up in one city and they choose a different team, I'm always curious. But if you ask somebody who grew up in Atlanta why they're a Laker fan, there's only one answer to that. So I'm gonna ask Jasmine, was there a specific moment where you decided, all right, you know what, Kobe's my guy, that's it?
Oh, I had no choice. I was born in West Covina, grew up in Atlanta, but my dad was a Showtime Laker fan. So he is responsible for my Laker fandom. And then, like, obviously, Kobe, and I couldn't stop it. Like, could you imagine me being a Hawks fan? God,
that's disgusting.
Love yourself. Yeah, I just never could pick the team I was, like, in the city with. But, you know, they had some stints. Shout out Joe Johnson.
Dan Dickau, Theo Ratliff.
Oh, God.
All-time Hawks greats. But we're going to get into this Lakers team this season, because obviously when we trying to watch 30 teams, it's difficult to keep up with everybody. And I'm going to be honest with you, I cut my cable off. I'm not about to pay to only watch games. So I watch games on League Pass, and Lakers are on national TV a lot. So catching up with them, you would have never guessed that they'd been above 500 this whole time. Just like with like a lot of the skies falling stuff. But they are the Lakers. They have championship expectations regardless of how the team is, because they've won so much before and it's completely earned. So we're going to get into the guards first. D'Angelo Russell since All-Star break. 20.4 points per game, 5.6 assists, 4 rebounds. He's been a D'Angelo Russell that he should have been since his career started. He's been a pretty good player, but when it's bad, it's real bad. But I want to know what y'all have thought of D'Angelo Russell, like at least one overall, because I said what I got to say, but especially since All-Star break. And I'm going to go Lou first and then go around.
Yeah, like D'Lo's an interesting person. Just in general, his career, like the way it's gone is, talk about ups and downs. Like you said, he's been very up and down. But this year, I think it's been one of his most consistent years in a while. At least that's kind of what it's felt like from the outside, kind of looking in. His 3-point shot is fouling. He's just playing with that confidence. I feel like last year during the playoffs, he was kind of shook at times. Like he was just getting so disrespected that he was like, is this like starting to like second guess or doubt himself? It's kind of what it looked like when he was out there playing. Like he just wasn't playing with D'Angelo Russell's confidence when he came into the league, when he was with the Brooklyn Nets specifically during that stint. He just wasn't playing with that same aura, like that same energy behind him. But that energy's been back, like particularly after the All-Star, since February, like even a little bit before the All-Star break. He's been on a burner. He's shooting over 40% from three since then. His shot selection's gotten a lot better. His playmaking has really stood out. They're, depending more on him and Reeves to do some of this playmaking stuff. Just in general, like he's been the resurgence that he's had. I don't think it should have been discounted or anything, but it's nice to see him start to like just get back to himself, man. Because D'Lo is definitely a certified hooper.
All right.
I was a big D'Lo fan out of college. He was one of my favorite prospects that year. When he went to Brooklyn, I was like, Lou, I felt so relieved that he got to show his talents and like felt so vindicated that I was like, this is the guy I was seeing like in college, and this is who he is. He's had an up and down career, but I've been really enjoying watching him hoop this season, especially post All-Star break. He's playing with more confidence, and he's got determination. He's always been able to get to his shot, but it was always a struggle for him to balance when to go for his shot, when to balance the playmaking, because he's such a unique passer. Like he has such great passing ability that he doesn't always showcase it. Sometimes he's like, all right, dude, pass the ball, bro, swing it one more. You saw the last game, I think it was last game, that he was on a little bit of a hot streak. He passes it to LeBron. LeBron throws it right back to him. He's like, "What are you doing, bro? You got the heat check right now. Check it. Shoot that shit." And I love seeing D'Lo play with some confidence. And it's important that a lot, especially in the era that we're in now, where a lot of guys are coming in at 19, 18, 20 years old, to like let these guys grow at their own pace and not give up on these guys. I feel like D'Lo's been in the league forever. He's 28 years old, and he's still hooping. I'm glad he's finding some on-court success. And even if his numbers aren't like the flashiest, I feel like his impact is a lot higher than it has been in other points of his career.
All right, we're gonna go to the resident Laker fan because we feel no emotions behind watching D'Angelo Russell. Just who knows what you're gonna get out of him. But what have you thought of D'Angelo Russell?
First of all, I have loved him. One of the core 4 baby Lakers. I felt like, yes, he's an up and down player. I do think you got to give people time to grow. That's why we have to send him away. That's part of the reason why. He got his mojo in Brooklyn because nobody really cares. I mean, nobody is watching the Nets. That's what you're going to give like a night off and I guess 20 or 30 extra bucks. I don't know how much tickets are. But as somebody who's like been in Staples or crypto, depending on how old you are, it is very tough. Like the lights on the court are bright, everything else is dim. It really is showtime. And then I think once you get past like all-star / trade deadline time, it's like, whew, okay, I'm safe. Now I can just kind of ball out and see what happens. And I think that's what we're getting now. I always have hopes that he will continue this, but he's just so damn streaky. It's frustrating, but I'm very happy to see him. Every time he does like the ice in the veins, it's amazing. Out here signing babies and shit. Oh, I can't get
it. So Austin Reeves, he's a little polarizing. I don't know why. I like Austin Reeves.
I love
Being
Austin
honest
Reeves.
with you, I like Austin Reeves.
Does anybody not like him?
You'd be surprised on Twitter.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Heat fans despise Austin Reeves just because.
But I'll say this as a Heat fan.
Tyler Hero.
Heat fans on Twitter are some strange people sometimes. So
Toxic.
that's not something to pay attention to.
Yeah,
but
no.
I like Austin Reeves. Off the bench, I guess scoring role. That's great. I feel like he's capable of more at times, but I'm not mad because once again, young player, got to give him some time to develop. And you're playing with arguably the greatest player of all time. There's going to be adjustments you have to make constantly. But once again, I'm going to go around, and I'm going the other way this time. I'm going to go to Jasmine first. Just on Austin Reeves.
I love Austin Reeves. I don't know. I didn't expect much from him. Like, I think, man, this is about to sound horrible. I think him coming in at the same time, like, Alex Caruso left, I was expecting, like, him to fill those, white shoes. But he's his own guy. I like when he takes over, and I'm always like, oh, he's him. But his time will come where he will break out. And I don't think it's going to be while LeBron is still there. I hate to say that. Because I feel like sometimes we've let talent, like, go. I don't know if it'll be like when LeBron retires or maybe Austin gets traded or released. I don't know. But I think the Lakers have a decent chance to go deep in the playoffs. Please clip this if this is like too out there. It'll have to be like, yes, everybody is a team effort, but it'll have to be on the back of Austin Reeves a little bit. Like you always need that one X factor, and I think once again he's him.
All right, Frankie.
I feel like people have been kind of hoping and rooting against Austin Reeves just because he's the new Laker guy that he got rewarded Team USA right away, a big contract right away. Even though I feel like it was pretty fair value for him, he's just a really solid player. Like I like watching him hoop. He plays hard. I like guys who don't take possessions off, who I never have to question their effort. Makes good decisions vast majority of the time. Had like a 14 assist game the other day. Like I was surprised by that when I saw that on the box score. I was like, what the hell? Austin Reeves had 14? Like he's a good passer, but 14 assists? Look at this guy. No, he's just he's not like this elite player, but he's 25 years old. He can shoot the ball. He can do a little bit of everything. He's tough. He's not afraid of the big moment. And like, he's a guy I think anybody would want on their team. He's not out there bullshit like some of these guys be doing in the league. No, he's a good player. I think he's solid. I feel like the Laker expectations get to him and people are hoping like, oh, he's the next Laker great and stuff. And like, no, he's just a good player. Like if you're comparing him to like other guys in the league, like you're gonna get disappointed in some aspects, but he's a really good player. I would take him on my team any day of the week.
We're so delusional.
It's so crazy.
Sorry, as a fan base, we're so delusional.
We were talking about Ramon Sessions before we got on there. We don't need to rehash that, but
he was the future. I'm telling you. Everyone's like, he had no point guard play at that time. Here's this fast kid, and he can shoot. Oh, I thought it was over for the league. That's embarrassing.
It was just over for Ramon Sessions.
No, remember when Trevor Ariza wasn't healthy in 08? And they were like, oh, this is the big guy. It's like, no, Trevor Ariza's a good player. But come on.
Yeah, Lou, real quick on Austin Reeves.
Yeah, so he's been, to be honest, when I first saw him, I was like, I didn't really know who he was. I was like, what is he going to provide? And he started taking some of these shots that were like, even as a rookie, some of these shots that like veteran players take, and you're like, ooh, that's a tough shot. Like, I only want certain people taking these shots, but they started going in. And to me, it was like, okay, him taking some of those shots is kind of iffy, but what is he going to do defensively? And to Frankie's point, just never gives up. Is he an elite defender? Probably not. But he tries his ass off. Like, he tries his tail off back on that side of the floor. So it gives him some leeway offensively. And now all of a sudden he starts getting into his playmaking bag. The 3-point shot's been falling. He's practically been 50, 40, 90 since February. Like, he's just been on a mission, averaging 7 assists since then, which is crazy considering he wasn't really even a point guard to begin with. Like, that wasn't his initial role. He was more like, a scorer. Now he's just balancing everything so effortlessly. And I don't think it's a hot take for her to say that their playoff success depends on somebody like Austin Reeves, because he can definitely be what wins you 1 to 2 to 3 games in a series. We've seen it year after year. Like, role players, everybody talks about the Batman and the Robin, but they need the Butler too, man. Everybody needs the Butler too, man. Austin Reeves is the Butler.
Alfred is crazy.
Alfred. Everybody needs an Alfred, though.
Nah, you do though, but I mean, y'all said way better stuff than I would have said, honestly, because when I say I like Austin Rivers' game, it you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. Like, as far as the handles and like why I like his handles so much and why, I'm not gonna get into that. I had wings on the docket, but let's just talk about LeBron, because there's not a whole lot of Troy stuff I have. I'm gonna be honest. So we have an episode on LeBron already. We talked about LeBron a lot on this show. So I'm gonna go to Jasmine this time. Where were you when you saw the news that LeBron was coming to your team?
Oh shit. I was in Atlanta. Can't remember what I was doing, but I also want to point out that I'm not a huge, like, LeBron is great, definitely top 3, but I'm not like oh my God, LeBron is coming to my team type person. I haven't been that. I've never been that person, because my favorite player has always played. Kobe. Yeah, he's always played on the Lakers, so it's never like, oh man, Powell is coming. It's like, oh, that's cool, but never like a where were you win type moment for me. Great. He's done great things.
What a flex. Every other fan base hates you right now. Oh, we just got the arguably top 3 best player of all time. I don't remember what it was.
It's crazy because we get that from LeBron fans too, because we like Dwyane Wade more. She just flat out like, who gives a shit?
No, also, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all 10 extra minutes of my time, because this might be a quick little rant. Y'all also had LeBron in his prime. Like, Heat LeBron, top tier. Back to Cavaliers LeBron, yes, still top tier. Lakers LeBron is not the same. He's older, still dominant, but delegating. Yes, we won that championship, but nobody thinks it's real because it was in the bubble. And I'm like, oh man, this is great. Not the greatest thing that's ever happened. I thought the greatest thing that ever happened to like the Lakers was us getting rid of Kwame Brown. Like, that shit was great. Where was I when? I was somewhere probably thanking the Lord. So anything else is just like a bonus at this point.
But you know what? I could see the difference though, because when Dwyane Wade came to Miami, I had already been watching basketball. So it's like, with Kobe, like, you really grew up. Kobe was there the whole time. Like, I don't remember a point in life like before Kobe was on the Lakers. I remember Kobe I knew who Kobe was before I even knew what the NBA was. Mm-hmm. And he was synonymous with the Lakers. And like, my mom's one of those people, like, she'll watch a basketball game and just root for whoever the best team is during the playoffs and never watch again. So I knew Kobe because of that. Like, that's how big of a deal Kobe was. So Dwyane Wade, I'd seen in college a little bit. Alonzo Mourning was my guy at the time. So it's different. So
I just want to harp in real quick because, I understand completely what Jasmine's saying. They got LeBron at 34, from 34 to 39, as is right now. In his Lakers tenure, he's averaging 27, 7.9, 7.9. This guy's just completely different from like what any normal human basketball player should be. He's a fucking alien. Like, it's just
while delegating too.
While
which
delegating,
is a great point, because he's just been sitting in a corner. Like, y'all go ahead, do your thing.
And not to mention,
you got 3 possessions a quarter. Like,
and not to mention, he was playing point guard for the whole season the year they won the championship. Like, crazy.
But
except
you know
for
what,
Rondo
though?
in the finals.
Yeah, Rondo, that's it.
No, but the thing with LeBron that's crazy though, like, you'll watch him now and you'll be like, oh, this is incredible, because it is incredible. But then you'll like see a Cavs highlight where he gets the rebound and you blink and now he's looking into the basket, just waiting to come down so he can dunk. And it's like, oh, so this is a different player now.
Can you like think of a historic game of LeBron on the Lakers that has something to do with his like all-time stats? Like, is there a
I actually have one because I was live at the game. It was, and I don't know, maybe this just hurt my soul that day, but I saw LeBron drop like 56 against Miami in Miami. I used to work at the arena. That day he did not miss a shot. He dropped 56 in 3/4 and he just walked off the bench. He wasn't there the whole rest of the game. And I was like, there's no reason somebody should be 35 years old, absolutely cooking us like this. Like, he went back. It was a tough, but yeah, your point still stands. It's just, that one was very personal to me. I apologize.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have one. I think it's because he's already so solidified. We're not even looking for those anymore.
Yeah.
I kind of am. I would love like a Miami where he's like where Miami Celtics, where he's like looking into the camera, like what's on now, like, or even his like takeover of mini games in Cleveland. I would love a game like that, but it's more like, oh, I just scored 40,000, which is amazing. And like the Wilt thing, once again, amazing, because people do try to downplay that. Mm-hmm. So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Thank you.
We get what you're saying. It's just
he wants also you
guys have Darvin Ham at the helm, and
yo, Pockets is not doing us any favors.
Pockets?
It's wild.
What's the nickname? Hold up.
Well, yeah, explain this. I've never heard this.
Y'all don't
call him Pockets?
No, I've never heard him call Pockets.
I'm not on that side of Twitter yet.
No, I'm not either.
Oh, I'm sorry to be on that side.
I'm trying to make
just stands there with his like hands in his pockets, like that's
not calling no timeouts, calling no plays.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen memes of it. Now it makes sense.
Okay. It's like what's his name? Kevin James in that meme where he just like
that's literally Darvin Ham. That's how I picture him too.
That is funny.
It's really funny.
By the way, that LeBron game you're talking about in Boston, I was scared for like 3/4 because he made that face into the camera and like I believed it. I figured he would go off, but if he didn't, I was gonna have to have a lot of arguments and it was gonna be a lot of hell. Just him getting roasted for like making that face and still blowing it in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
me too. My whole family's Celtics fans. That shit was fucking life or death for me.
That's why Frankie moved
the
away.
face of concern.
Yeah.
Are you?
I was living in Massachusetts during 2013. Fucking horrified of all the slander. Every time when the Spurs series, oh my God, my family was just like ready, chomping at the bits.
That's like the epitome is everything okay at home? Because
I remember I was in Massachusetts for 2011, the finals, and when they lost, my cousins were all letting me hear it. My one of my cousins, her boyfriend was a big Lakers fan. He was nice, super nice to me. Never said anything. He said one word. I took out everything on him. I was like, I can't say shit to my cousin. I can say shit to you. Who the fuck do you think you are? He was one of those Lakers Cowboys fans. Yeah, like he was awful. I was just like, no, you're a Yankees fan too. Get the fuck out of my face.
How do you choose that though? Like I understand, like all right, you grew up watching Kobe, but then also the Cowboys. Like you've seen nothing. And
they don't win.
Like
Exactly.
I never understand like Cowboy fans who wasn't watching football in the 90s.
And if you're a Yankees fan, shame on you because they make your favorite players shave their beards and shit. That's the stuff. That's nasty behavior.
When they did that to Johnny Damon, that's when I used to watch baseball. I was like, wow, like anybody but Johnny.
I'm not a huge baseball watcher, but I do know that. And then I saw some guy who just went from the Red Sox to the Yankees, shaved his beard. Yeah,
the redhead.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he looks like a cop now.
Jasmine, like if you guys don't follow Jasmine on Twitter, you're doing Twitter wrong.
Well, first of all, you do, but
yeah, you just do. You just follow her. But she made a great tweet on that. I don't remember what it was. I gotta find it.
Because like in his Red Sox picture, he had a grill and the chains, and yes, in the Yankees picture, you got the chains as well, but no facial hair. And I was just like, he went from like Paul Wall to hands against the wall because looked like straight up 5-0. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry. Wait, which brings me to another question. Why are you wearing the LA hat?
Oh, honestly, I haven't gone clothes shopping in like 4 years. I don't care that much. So I just grab stuff out the closet. So I don't like. I didn't feel like cutting all my hair tonight. So I just put something on. Like my other hat's a little too dirty. I'll get around to shopping, but I just don't care enough.
Oh, to be a guy.
So we can get to the bigs, which once again, not a whole lot there aside from Anthony Davis. So we can just get into Anthony Davis. Now, I've mentioned on the show before, I let go of the not liking players thing years ago. Anthony Davis used to be my sworn enemy who didn't know I existed for a long time. But he is a great player. He'll give you great numbers and then he'll like not exist the next game. But the Anthony Davis experience, we talked about Austin Reeves, and hell yeah, the Lakers do need him in a deep playoff run. But I'm still not even really sure about Anthony Davis at this point. As great as he is at his highs, his lows look kind of low still. But
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Well, where is this hatred coming from?
You know what? And I shouldn't even say this because I don't even talk like this anymore, but he used to fake a lot of injuries. Like he'll really get injured and like we'll really be worried for him. And then he'll like miss a shot and he'll roll around on the floor. And then next possession, he'll come out, catch a dunk and scream. And I'm like, all right, man, get the fuck off my TV. So I hated that, but I let it go.
The finals were so annoying because he would like,
oh my god,
because he would get knocked down and he'd just grab his wrist, shoot the free throw, like take me out, and then he comes in 2 minutes later, catches an alley-oop with that same hand, slams it, and goes and I'm like, fuck this guy. And I loved him in college too. I loved him at Kentucky.
He was so good at college. It was a game against the Spurs. It might have been last season or the season before. Like it was crunch time, and I think he missed a shot or something. Spurs went down, and like I'm noticing it's a 4-on-3, 4-on-5, and the Spurs had the ball with a chance to win. No, it wasn't a chance. They had like 2 possessions left or something like that. And I'm like, because the camera's not showing, I'm like, AD on the floor right now, isn't he? Close game. This motherfucker's on the floor. Lo and behold, the announcer say, Anthony Davis shaking up. He's not fucking shaking up. Stop falling for this. And then he came back, next possession, everything was fine. So that's why I hated Anthony Davis.
If Anthony Davis has to do his Paul Pierce, fake Willis Reed shit to get going, then by all means, let him.
He averages 2 a game.
Leads the league.
He's hella tall, a little lanky still, so maybe he is getting hurt. There's some biggins out there. Y'all don't have sympathy.
And he's from Chicago and he's a Packers fan, and that's weird in itself.
That is weird. I'm a Packers fan, and that's weird.
That's like being from LA and being a Boston fan.
I was gonna say a Clippers fan.
Oh God. Love yourself. Did he ever say why he was a Packers fan?
He probably did, but I've never heard him say it.
I don't even want to know.
Maybe he's just going with the closest winner.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. Like, because if I was like born 10 years earlier and like actually I don't even have to say that because the Magic were good when the Heat were bad and I wasn't there.
Are we counting like
that 08, 09, like when they was going to the finals and stuff?
Oh, that Magic. Got you.
Yeah.
Good still didn't win championships, so it's really not,
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's fair.
That's the team y'all beat. So
Lakers fans have standards. It's got to be a championship. You heard it here first.
Sorry that other franchises are used to mediocrity. I just want to.
Hey, we can't relate.
Hey, shit, I agree.
We can't relate.
Sorry, Atlanta.
I love the Magic team, but I love them like the 90s.
Yeah.
Penny, Shaq, Derek Scott, Nick Anderson, who could not.
Free throws.
4. Oh, this guy was like an 86%. Whatever. Let's not go in there. But love that team. I love lovable losers, and I felt like that's what that team was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a great way to put it.
We sound so like. Can you imagine like the Kings fans and Clippers fans listening to this? Like, how dare you?
Lovable losers?
Neither of which are lovable losers. Like Clippers, maybe when they had Lamar Odom, and then like Kings, they were they're lovable right now. But like that,
yeah, I was gonna say maybe
Weber, Doug Christie, Jackie Christie, Bibby situation, they were not lovable.
No, I can't lie. I didn't like Doug Christie either, but I had no idea why. I was like 9 years old. I just didn't like him. Maybe it was his face. Maybe
it's his face, 100%. He had the most punchable face in the league.
And being light skinned and bald is just weird.
It's not fine. Oh shit, I went way too far. Okay.
We're supposed to talk about Anthony Davis and his impact on the Lakers.
This is great.
This went so off the rails. Like,
so yeah, Anthony. He's
forget Anthony Davis. We can get to him after you leave. I want to know. I want to know more about that Lakers and Kings thing because you was watching it at the time. I had no investment in it.
You didn't get a little riled up at that time.
I like the fight, but.
You're so messy.
Was it Rick Fox that got punched? I don't like either one of them. Cause
you didn't like Rick Fox?
Well, he gives me bearskin rug vibes. I don't like that.
Bearskin rugs.
And he actually he had a show on NBA TV. Like he was sitting in front of a fireplace with a robe on, like the little puffy shirt in it. It was like you doing too much.
Yes, but I feel like if you are that fine at the time, you can do whatever. And Rick Fox was fine in LA and at one point married to Vanessa Williams. He could do no wrong. Like, even though he got I think he got hit first in that fight.
Yeah, they got locked up and Christie gave him the cheap shot.
Yeah. We try to forget that because it's Rick Fox.
Yeah, but I think that was part of it. Like you can look how you look, but then once you lean into it, it's like, all right, like you in front of the fireplace right now for real on NBA TV.
I'm getting hater vibes. I'm not gonna lie.
10 years old, of course, 100%.
But the thing with Lakers, Kings, I don't know. I think if you're a Laker fan, especially at that time and before, if you're a lifelong and not just a LeBron fan, you hated the Kings. And the only time that you kind of lessened up was when they started to suck. Mm-hmm. And even when they played the Warriors and they gave them a great series that year, I'm still like, I don't have that hatred that I used to have because you ain't going that far.
Fair enough.
Maybe it's there. Wow.
Lovable losers.
Maybe Jasmine's the hater.
We do hate, and I'm like, we hate these teams, and I don't think the hatred ever goes away. Is there one team that you don't root for, but you don't mind?
I still have deep-seated hatred towards the Pistons, and I love their young guys.
They're rivalry a season and a half.
I know. How can you? You hating them is overkill. Like they hate themselves over there.
No,
like
Monty Williams. Monty Williams is all the retribution I needed for Rip Hamilton hurting Dwyane Wade. All right, that's all the retribution I need. 8-year contract, please extension, please.
Immediate extension.
Man,
talk about pockets. He turned into pockets. Let me stop. He's just looking around like shit. I got nothing else to do. Like
he's like, you took Killian Hayes away from me.
I never say this about men, but money is goals. Like collecting the bag, and then like it's just whatever. I didn't expect Detroit to do anything.
Can you imagine failing upwards in life?
Oh my God,
man.
That's what
he went from that roster, absolutely failing them, and then just going to like, yeah, you're gonna go to Detroit, but like we're gonna compensate you for being in Detroit. Like we're gonna compensate you for this roster. You'll have a good life. He's like, well,
sometimes I feel like he's coaching to get fired so he can just sit on that contract.
Man, you know how much that money gets you in Detroit,
right?
It's like the third cheapest city in the U.S. Like,
he's probably living in Chicago.
Statistically, I'm not even lying.
He's just catching a PJ every game. Like
he's like, I got the money, I got the funds. It's worth it for my mental.
Me personally, I walk into the game like, look, I don't know what y'all on tonight, but y'all can figure it out, and I'll just like lay down.
Kate, like, drop the starting lineup. Let's go.
I don't know. I wish that more people got a chance to coach, but really do nothing. Like what you writing on that clipboard? I would write like, I don't know. I'll write some shit like, yeah, glow, and then that would be it. Like there's nothing else. Glow. There's nothing on that clipboard that's gonna help your team if they are truly sorry.
Monty's like, score more points, guys. Let's go.
I draw a little S we used to draw in elementary school. See, I fucking I ain't doing shit if I coach Detroit. Y'all can fire me if y'all want to. Y'all know it ain't my fault.
So Anthony Davis.
I was about to say, like, I was trying to bring Anthony Davis back, but I know Jasmine got to go. I don't know how much time she's going to have, or she got to go right now. Or
how much time would you need me for? I'm here for you.
We're completely off the rails now. It don't even matter. I
feel like it's probably my fault because you say one thing, like you say the Magic, and I'm over here talking about Nick Anderson's free throw. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I'm like,
it was Anthony Davis who threw him off.
Because you know what, I like these kind of shows though. I haven't really done one of these since I was at Heat Beat, to where like we want to talk about the Lakers, but like the West is so crazy. We have no idea where they're going. Like, let's be honest, we have no idea what's going to happen in that conference. So.
How confident, Jasmine, do you feel of going into the playoffs currently at the 9th seed? Like winning two playing games back to back.
Oh, that's light work. We can do that. We are the in-season champions, and I think I'm forgetting that. Like when the lights are on, it's go time, and we step up to the challenge. Now the regular season, it gets kind of long and blah blah blah. It's boring. But like once the games matter, if we make it in, watch yourself. That's why nobody wants to get messed up against us.
Do you feel like they're peaking at the right time?
As they often do, yes.
Let's go.
You couldn't tell me, damn, what year was that? Was that like last year, year before? You couldn't tell me that we weren't about to like beat the Nuggets and go to the finals. I'm thinking
last year. Yeah, they lost in the conference finals.
Yes, we got swept, whatever. But going into that,
I was gonna say, am I forgetting something?
Wait, before
we got one.
Before the series started, I was like, yo, this is it. Like, all we have to do is take down this team, and we're champions. Obviously, that didn't happen, but we peak when it is time.
You know what? I had a whole docket. I'm gonna throw that in the trash. I don't care anymore. We got a Laker fan here. I'm just gonna ask Laker questions. As a Laker fan, do you have a full appreciation for how much we appreciated that Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher thing?
I don't like that. It was a thing. Like, I think now living in LA, I realize that the city is so small. Everybody is dating everybody else's ex. Mm-hmm. It's whatever. Why is this a big deal? Like, is it the running up in the house? Is it that part?
It's the Kanye song too.
I understood it.
I think it was a club incident that he drove.
It's not even about the girl. It's just sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And Matt Barnes just seems like the type that just does what he got to do, so I respect it.
Matt Barnes is unhinged, and here's what I don't like about Matt Barnes. I actually was not a hater. Like, I loved him when he was like Clippers, Magic. You gotta forgive me because sometimes when players move a lot, I get foggy. But I think he played on them teams. I'm like, man, okay. And I'm using this word that I hate when like media people use it. He was scrappy. He just had it all. He was like a 5-tooler. Then he gets to the Lakers, and mind you, the when he was on the Magic, I think, and he did that thing with Kobe, I hated him at that point, but I still thought he was a good player. Gets on the Lakers, the lights are too bright. The lights are brighter than he expected. And that's my main beef with Matt Barnes. So in my mind, Derek Fisher can do no wrong. He's a champion for the Lakers. Matt Barnes is the other end of the spectrum.
You know what? I'll ask another question to all of us based on that. Like a player that came to our team, you got to pick a different person now. Jasmine, you already said Matt Barnes. A player who just came to our team and completely was a different person and disappointed us. Me personally, when Gerald Green came to Miami and stopped dunking.
God damn it.
Like, I'm watching him in Boston and then on all these other teams, he's making videos where he's jumping in his shoulders at the rim. He gets to Miami, now he's shooting fadeaways. Like, it was so dumb. But I'm going to go to Lou first. Like, who's the player who came to the team?
You forgot to mention the drugs thing, Gerald Green.
Go to Frankie first. Go to Frank. I'm thinking about this. This is not an easy question.
I can go.
Oh, for me, it's pretty easy. Gerald Green was one of mine. He was my favorite, one of my favorite 2K players.
Ricky Davis stopped dunking when he got to Miami, too.
Ricky Davis needed to stop playing when he got to Miami. I'm going to say Andre Iguodala, not because he was horrible in Miami. It's just because I wanted him when he could dunk and play and move. That there was, especially his second season in Miami.
That was rough.
It looked painful. It looked a little bit like Mike Miller in Miami, and for Andre Iguodala to look like Mike Miller was a big difference. Like, he couldn't dunk. He was like, it looked painful anytime he landed, did anything athletic. He was playing the 4, and I'm like, God damn, Andre's washed. I loved him. He was one of my all-time favorite players, but we got him so late, so damn late.
Man, Trevor Ariza too.
Trevor too, yes.
He showed us like a game or two. I was like, all right, Trevor still got something. And then I was like, no, the fuck you don't.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I got one, and it's actually ironically the guy they tried before Trevor Ariza, Maurice Harkless.
My
stand this motherfucker, man. He had me so mad.
He ran behind the scores table.
Oh my God!
More personal fouls
you need
than
to see this.
Made. He was the worst player I've ever seen in a Heat jersey that got significant minutes. It got so bad that Spoelstra stopped trusting him after 15 games. You know how bad you have to be for them to be like, we have nobody at the 4, Mo Harkless. This is, trust me, like, you have all season to figure this out. 15 games in, they're like, you're not figuring shit out. On to the next one. I was like, man, because we had just came from like, we had some hope, like, oh, maybe if Harkless, we can come back and yada yada. No, man. The only thing more Harkless did was get us off of the Hassan Whiteside contract. And then we ended up flipping him. The best thing he could have done. And then he got here and he ruined all that shit.
I feel like we got to give Jasmine some context to this, because for Eric Spoelstra to give up on a veteran player after 15 games, like, if you've played in the league more than 5 years, Eric Spoelstra will play you until your legs fall off.
He gave Meyer Leonard a full season and then gave them a contract extension, but he cut Maurice Harkless. That's how bad he was, because Miles Leonard wasn't good either. Jasmine wasn't around for Dwyane Dedman.
Hold on. Mo Harkless played 11 games with Miami. He didn't even make it a 15.
Jasmine, who's yours for the Lakers aside from Matt Barnes?
But Jasmine, here was the funny part. Lou said 15. You know why it was 15 in his head? That's the total points Mo Harkless scored with the Heat in 11 games. We were doing a counter on overtime, points versus games.
No, but those then he goes to Sacramento.
He had one more point than fouls.
There you go, baby.
15-14.
He went to Sacramento, immediately dunked on somebody, and then like he lost a game or something. He tweeted LOL or something like that, and it's like, you are Mo Harkless.
Yeah,
I hate that man.
But Jasmine, who was yours?
Steve motherfucking Nash.
That's Lou's favorite player all time.
That's my favorite player all time. She just said,
I hear you.
That
He should be down one MVP for the way he played and the fact that Kobe should have won that year. But this man, I'm seeing him on the Suns. I'm like, damn, I hate this dude. He's so good. I hate him. And he comes to Lakers. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's on now. Oh, and you remember the Dwight?
The magazine cover.
Get that shit out of my face. And then Steve Nash, I can't even remember what he did. That's how unmemorable it was. But he was not Steve Nash. It's like Steve Nash tricked y'all because this ain't him. It was horrendous.
It was that haircut, honestly.
The haircut was
he went over there for the bag.
But no, I want to know more about the Dwight Howard season because he was coming off of a season. He should have probably won MVP. He gets to the Lakers and it's just nothing.
It's not easy. I be telling people. Well, I can't tell the players themselves, but I be telling it's not easy. We don't have time for like losing. Like I don't know how else to say that. We just don't have the time. The only extended amount of time we had was like when we had Robert Sacre. We were over here rooting for like Ryan Kelly and shit. And other than that, like we expect greatness. Yes, I'm over here like, oh, Wayne Ellington is the truth. Like, what the fuck?
The man with the golden arm. I love that man.
You're like Kendall Marshall's better than Steve Nash. What's
oh my Kendall
Marshall, UNC legend.
What a time. So I'm just I want to like Steve Nash and I still do, but I can only equate him to Phoenix Suns seasons, not whatever the fuck he did in LA.
I agree.
You know what? Because these questions keep coming to me because like I don't have a lot of Laker fan friends because like I just stopped.
You must leave.
I know. You know what? I just don't trust. Like, I get your story because your dad is from California and you from It makes sense. But like a lot of people just like it's the Lakers, Yankees, Cowboys thing. A lot of times it's like whatever. I don't want to be around that kind of person. But I have to ask a Laker fan while I have the opportunity. How much do you hate the Miami Heat for continuously selling lemons to the Lakers? Whether it's Kendrick Nunn, whether it's Gabe Vincent.
Ooh.
Like, I personally blame the Lakers organization because both of these players showed what they really were. And the Lakers paid them anyway.
No, Vincent was different. I'm like,
Gabe was very bad in the regular season. People don't know that.
I need to watching the Heat. Aside from the three of you in the regular season.
That's a fair point.
It's y'all and Eric Spoelstra. That's
definitely not your scouts.
I was so excited, and I don't know what it is. Like the playoffs. Don't like equate anything to the playoffs because they will trick you. And we got Duke. So congrats to you guys.
Man,
I want him back. Buy him out, please.
Take him.
The game
for free.
That's what he is worth.
I love Gabe. I miss him.
It's kind of crazy with both injuries, though. Like, I think it's kind of maybe it is like playing with the Heat and like going through these like dumb, intense practices, which I personally don't even think they should still be doing in the year 2024. They're going to the Lakers when you're just like chilling, and then you go into the game and it's like you're not used to it no more. I don't know, but
first of all, we're not chilling over here, okay?
Yeah, they working.
Yeah,
working on that 9th seed.
Look at him.
we can't have super intense practices because we got old folks on the team. So it's gonna be a little bit lighter than whatever y'all doing over there. But practice is practice.
I don't know. Eric Spoelstra was killing Andre Iguodala and Udonis Haslem.
Man,
UD was in the best shape of his life at 40 years old because of the practices.
All right, so if you had to choose one, Kendrick Nunn or Gabe Vincent?
There's only one right answer.
What am I choosing for? What
to play a game,
to trust,
to depend on to win the Lakers or something,
to depend on for 15 minutes in a playoff game when they're called upon.
This is the worst question I've ever gotten. Any other question I can answer? There's no answer.
She said, "Bring Darvin Ham back off the bench. Give him the jersey. Pockets, come out here."
Derek Fisher ain't that old.
Give me motherfucking like Smush Parker because this question sucks.
Like, that's good. Oh, you know what?
Former
That's
Heat legend.
great. I was thinking of the player that the Lakers gave us that we was getting revenge for. It was Smush Parker. Smush Parker came to Miami and did absolutely nothing.
Well, to be fair, he did absolutely nothing, and especially in the fourth quarter when he was on the Lakers. So that was, I don't know what y'all thought.
Hey,
But
he combined with Kobe for like 93. It's okay. That's
we
a
also
big
have to
game.
keep him away from Kobe because
Kobe hated that man so much. It is.
you can suck around Kobe. Like you could be a bad player, but if you did not try, I think that's where his like level of annoyance rose. So, and that was Smush Parker.
I remember like early YouTube days. I don't care if I'm aging myself right now. But I'd be looking for Kobe highlights, and it would be like some dude named Ellie Sekback just talking to Kobe, and Kobe would just not say anything about Smush Parker. And like when you would find something about Kobe saying something about Smush Parker, it was not good. Him and Kwame Brown.
Whatever Stephen A. Smith said about Kwame Brown, all that shit was true. He had small hands, small feet. He couldn't, and that's why every Laker fan probably memorized or know for a fact all the words that Stephen A. Smith said when that trade went down. He doesn't have a post move that he could do 2 times in a row because we watched it. He is sorry. And that's the only thing I hate about social media now is because, like, why am I seeing Kwame Brown talking on my timeline?
I was wondering.
You don't have the credibility, sir.
He was just like in the middle of nowhere, South Carolina, just in his car, just talking about real men being real men. It was like, we saw you play. Like the guy's like, we saw you.
There is film. Shout out to the guys because there is film of what you did. You should have the hush mouth right now.
Kobe told that one story where like they was in a huddle. And they was running a play for him, and Kwame Brown was like, "Don't pass to me." Kobe was like, "What the fuck? Why?" He was like, "I'm nervous." Like, that was, oh man.
Gabe Vincent would never
understood. And I feel like Kwame Brown saying, "Don't pass to me." You don't have to say that shit. We not passing me, bro.
So is Kwame? Is he like your least favorite player Laker ever, or do you have like? I want to know like a list of like your least favorite because I have least favorite Heat players. I'm like. I don't want to say Victor Oladipo because I understand it, but when he was on the floor, it was rough. When he was on the floor, like I feel bad for him for the injuries and stuff, and I'm not going to hold that against him. I hated watching him play, but emotionally, I don't have an issue with it. But I'm gonna leave him out of it.
Do you like to hear him sing?
He did have a good song. I ain't gonna lie to you. He did have a good song.
What's it called?
I don't remember, but. But I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna hold it against him because he had injuries. I still hate Mark Blunt to this day. Still hate Gerald Green for not dunking. I don't even care about how the bad shots he wasn't dunking. I liked Rodney McGruder for some reason until towards the end, where I was like, "Why do I like Rodney McGruder?"
Kendrick Nunn, Hassan Whiteside, easiest 2 answers you'll ever.
I held on to Hassan Whiteside so long because he was so funny on Snapchat. And then I told John, sorry, I didn't tell Jasmine like. Hassan Whiteside, he first got to Miami. He was beloved, and then it went sour real quick once he started talking. but I was one of the last people on the bandwagon. But one of those seasons, I was going to Heat games a lot. I was like, Hassan ain't as bad as people say he is. I wasn't paying close attention. I wasn't listening to what Frankie was saying yet. I was like, he averaging a lot of blocks. I went to a Heat game, and there was a dude like a couple rows behind me. He was heckling everything Hassan was doing. It wasn't like, come on, like you got to be better. It was, man, get your bitch ass up. You never getting back on defense. You don't never want to contest a shot. And I'm sitting here, I'm silent, but I'm watching Hassan, and everything this dude's saying is true. And I'm like, you know what?
And he looks over. He's like, "What's up, Frankie? Oh shit!"
He looked over. It was Frankie. Frankie was out here flaming Hassan.
Man,
I never him and Kendrick Nunn by far.
But see, I'm not that deep in Heat Twitter. Like I do remember Hassan going and like people loving him. I guess I do not remember like the fall.
It got bad. It got bad.
It was the best way I can describe what Hassan Whiteside's tenure was once it started getting sour was, when you have a dog and you have a leash, the one that you like they go too far and you fucking yank it and they just come back. That was Hassan Whiteside in the restricted area. He did not want to leave ever.
Jasmine, do you want to know
so
how you can understand it perfectly? Andrew Bynum.
Oh, got it. Say less.
That's it. He's so talented, but so damn frustrated.
Oh.
And no, go ahead, Kenny. Finish the story.
But the thing is, like Andrew Bynum, he at least was like not as loud. Like Hassan, remember Hassan bought the Call of Duty gun and it got stolen immediately.
He bought a rifle, like a real rifle,
a customized rifle.
Left it in his car, went to an open gym run or something, and somebody stole it out of his car.
Same day.
And so
he hadn't even gotten it home.
Okay, so the point of that story is
he's just horrible decision maker on and off the court.
Just the worst kind of player.
He took a picture of the rifle, put it in his car, and then didn't even like lock his car well enough, and they stole it right out of his ar.
Oh,
he hadn't even brought it home yet.
They're running in circles in the locker room, saying he's super speed. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
This man, like,
I hated that guy so much.
Especially because we sucked during that time. Like, it was the 11-30 season, and he's over here trolling. And I'm like, we just paid you. And he's like, I need the ball more. Spoelstra, I got the money. I got to get the ball. And then Dragic is over here taking a back seat for 41 fucking games. And we are the worst team in basketball. As soon as Spoelstra said, man, fuck Hassan, we're going to let Dwyane Wade, let me repeat myself, Dwyane Wade and Goran Dragic cook. We went 30-11, won 13 games in a row. And Hassan Whiteside, you know what he said? I need the ball more again, coach. Put Willie Reed in the fucking game. Most frustrating player in Heat history.
So he'll do all this, right? He'll jump at every block and give up a bunch of points. He wouldn't guard anybody on the perimeter. He'll just make bad decisions. And then every offseason,
worst passer,
without fail, he'll post a video of himself making 1 3-pointer. And saying, Spo needs to let me shoot.
Yo.
Oh my
While we all on this, can we just like abolish summertime workout videos?
Yes, please.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm with you.
Unless they're to make fun of Celtics players.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
Unless it's something funny, because the Devin Booker, like, stop double teaming me shit was so funny.
Generally pissed.
I'll let that slide. But like,
if it's funny, we let it slide.
Hoodie Mello, I got caught up. Somebody posted a video of like Ben Simmons. This shit was 2 seconds. He hit one shot, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's back. Back where? Where was he?"
Back to the therapy sessions for his back.
The worst ones are the such and such trying to make a comeback workout videos, and it's like Jahlil Okafor, like working on post moves. It's like nobody's doing this now.
Right.
And did you see the Jared Sullinger one? Like 3 years ago.
Who? What?
You never saw the Jared Sullinger trying to make a
comeback? No, I didn't see a Jared Sullinger workout video.
My goodness.
I haven't thought of Jared Sullinger like a decade.
Look it up. Please keep that.
You remember when Heat fans wanted that guy?
Don't share that with people.
Heat fans wanted everybody. And we didn't get into the whole.
We just needed size. It was like we had a song. We're like, anything's better. Like,
look, man, I love Heat fans. They are still saying bring Goran back, and this is like to do what?
For the vibes.
He's fully retired. Look, we don't have to
want to play this for too long.
I don't even know how or when to end the show. We'll be honest.
Beloved, but like UD, that shit went on for way too long. But
I know the neighborhood. It's a little different.
That's a hot take.
I ain't gonna say nothing bad about.
That's UD. Not a hot take.
No, you say something about UD, like everybody's like, "What are you talking about? He's a Miami legend." First of all, you're acting like he, Uncle Luke or somebody. Calm down. He wore out his. Not welcome, but like time. But y'all be holding on to players for the longest time, and I get it. Yes, he played for a while, but I don't see what the big deal is with him.
This take is straight from Nikias' mouth. Oh my God.
He. Oh wait, does he feel like this too?
He felt like this for like 8 years.
Hated UD.
Nikias, he didn't hate UD. He was just like all right, we could get another player.
In theory, somebody who can play.
I mean, if the man's going to coach, there is a spot called coach. Shout out to the guys in the dunker spot.
Man, yeah, shout out to them. I don't have a next topic, to be honest. This has been fully chaotic. I've loved it. I don't know if we've been closing or not. I know Jasmine had something to do at some point.
Well, my hard out was me getting food. So
she ordered on Uber.
But also I was low-key trying to punish you for being late.
Oh man, what's some other crazy shit that happened with the Lakers?
Oh man.
Everything.
I just saw the anniversary. It was last week was like the anniversary of the Kobe Reggie Miller fight, which is one of the funniest fights because that fight happened in like 2002 or something like that. I don't remember.
It looked like two suburban kids fighting.
It did. But I had never seen a good angle of the fight. I had only seen the Sports Center highlight where they're like fighting on the scorer's table. And it took me until 2024 to see them actually start the fight. I was like, oh shit. And just seeing the names there with Brad Miller, Shaq grabbing Brad Miller and Austin Crocier and ripping him off the scoring table. Like, I swear, seeing Shaq, like, people don't understand Shaq, how big and strong he was until you see him in a fight, just ripping guys off, throwing them, big 7 foot, 280-pound guys. And he's just tossing them aside.
Same thing that was in that Kings fight.
Yes.
Shaq wasn't even playing in that game. He
was resting. Yeah, he was like in a dress shirt.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That reminds me that I'm so glad nobody outside of Miami and New York cares about that Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson fight because that was humiliating. Like when it was just like kind of grab at each other's hair and like slap boxing, like they're both way too big for that.
Which one had Van Gundy on the ground?
That was the one.
It was that one.
Okay. We care.
The actual fighting. We were so lucky for Jeff Van Gundy because the actual fight was horrible.
That's one of the worst fights I've seen in my life.
No, yeah, Van Gundy saved that one.
Yeah, nobody
him holding on to the leg.
Yeah, nobody talks about the actual swinging. Thank God.
That's no players not swinging enough these days.
Oh, we never even got to Jasmine's least favorite Lakers.
Oh, let's get
I think it's obvious. It's Kwame,
Matt Barnes,
him. But I feel like a lot of players get to the Lakers and they just start sucking. But like Kwame definitely in the top 3. Smush. Who did I just hate?
Did Dwight redeem himself for you in 2020?
No.
So that's a good question. So when you saw him crying in the locker room, what was your reaction to that? Like when they won it?
I was never high on Dwight to begin with, so I don't have feelings toward him or for him. And I remember like the 2009 Magic, and everybody loved him. He was in commercials and shit, and they thought he had a chance to beat the Lakers. I never understood why there was so much faith in this dude. He was dominating in a couple of games, but to me, he just had broad shoulders that made him look much better than he could actually play. Like, yes, could you make it out the East? Of course. But he also had a secret weapon I like to call Huey Turkoglu.
That's true. People don't give Vito the credit.
Exactly. And then he had a downfall called Jameer Nelson because he could start outside the 3-point line, and old reliable Derek Fisher hits an incredible shot. What was that, like game 3 or 4? One of them two. I think it was 4. Game 4 of 2009 finals. Yeah, because everybody thought the ball was coming to Kobe, and so Jameer Nelson like slacked off the 3-point line. I will never forget that. I'm like, this is horrible defense. But yeah, that was a little tangent, but.
Y'all lucky Courtney Lee missed that layup, man. Fuck.
That was
the toughest layup ever.
That was the determining factor, okay? But also, shame on Magic fans for putting their faith in Courtney Lee.
Yeah, right. Rookie Courtney Lee too.
But like, I'm not even a Laker fan. I still might have something against Robert Sacre because why was he there? And then like the video came out of him like in a dunk contest overseas.
Yeah. And
he was like getting blocked by the rim on all his attempts. It was like, I still don't like this fucking guy.
You didn't feel any sympathy? Damn, you don't have no heart.
You gotta understand though, like we have a different perspective. Like we grew up Dwyane Wade fans knowing Kobe was better but not wanting to admit it. So anything that was going bad for the Lakers at the time was good for us.
Why couldn't y'all admit that? Like, y'all had eyes, right?
Yeah, but again, like, you're a Laker fan with a reason to be a Laker fan. A lot of them just be there just talking. Like, I'm from Wisconsin and my whole family from Wisconsin, but I really liked Nick Van Exel, so I'm a Laker fan for 40 years. It's like, all right.
I'm a big advocate for like who you like no matter where you live, but I'm also like stick with that team. So
yeah.
You're with us during like the 3-peat years. You got to stay with us during the
Nick Young.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I was trying to figure that dude who was like laying down on the bench during that.
I can't remember his name.
Chris Kaman.
Yeah.
It was Chris Kaman.
We had like 6 players, and he was just like laying there. You have to stick with us through that time, otherwise, I have no respect for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
that's completely fair,
man. And y'all dealing with the influx of LeBron fans. I'm still annoyed by them to this day.
Why? Do they?
The whole statue thing.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Every
God.
other day is something with them and the Heat fans.
Look, it's no disrespect. I still love LeBron. I got love for LeBron, but LeBron fans. Let me not say people. LeBron fans make it seem like Miami is Miami because of LeBron, but we won a championship before LeBron came here too.
One.
We haven't been around that long.
We haven't been around for that long. Goodbye, Jazz.
No, I'm with you.
I apologize. We didn't have Kobe and Shaq. We had Wade and Shaq.
Right after
we
Magic.
won back to back.
Right after Kareem, Magic, and Worthy.
Man, and we had in those finals.
It's not about the amount. I was just saying what the Celtics back when they won, like, I don't know, they had like 10 of them championships or 15 when they were like,
but y'all doing segregation.
They were like there were 8 teams in the league. That's like winning a record. That's not impressive to me.
Oh,
I was just saying nobody was super high on the Heat until LeBron and Chris Bosh got there. Do I think he deserves a statue? I think he deserves one there and in Cleveland. But
he deserves his jersey retired in Miami, not a statue.
Jersey retired for sure.
Wade
statue. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Nah, like
nobody who plays 4 years for a team should have a statue. That's my 15 seasons is the cutoff.
But you also got to understand our perspective. Like, we're Miami Heat fans, like, of the team. LeBron comes here and everybody hates the team, so we defending the team anyway. Mm-hmm. And then, like, so we're not even thinking about people like get mad at me, and the first thing they say is, well, he won 2 finals MVPs, he won an MVP, he averaged this much. It's like, I don't even remember any of the individual shit. Like, I was just watching a team win. So it's just like, in that case, like, no, like, if we was a super team the whole time he was here, don't give him all the credit after he leaves.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my thing, because it's like he had to join forces for all these guys. You don't call it credit, but now it's he deserves all the credit.
He
carried these bums. Like, get the fuck out of here.
All right. So why were you so mad then?
I'm gonna take that back. No statue for LeBron, because he did have a lot of help. And I'd be forgetting about Ray Allen.
Ray Shane?
Yeah. No, none of us, I haven't seen a single Heat fan say anything about retiring his jersey.
Yeah,
we're all for that. 100% retire his jersey. Nobody's worn 6 since. Nobody should ever wear 6 again. The statue, that's for like the immortal of the immortal.
Yeah.
That's Dwyane Wade only.
That's Dwyane Wade and Pat Riley if he chooses to.
Y'all have convinced me that he don't even deserve a jersey retirement.
No.
Jersey retirement.
He deserves it.
He deserves a jersey.
First of all, I think I would be upset if they retired number 6 for the Heat, because it's
Mario Chalmers' number.
Yeah.
It's Mario.
I just
It's gonna come with a slash up there. It has to.
Just I don't know.
Mario's gonna have 3 statues like Kobe, just 6 and 15. And then the one when he was in the 10-day contract in the warm-up, so he never suited up.
It's never suited up. They signed him. People were like, we're so bad.
Nah, you know what? I think if people brought that up more, I would understand why Heat fans hate Kyle Lowry so much. Because everybody was excited for the reunion. We didn't care how Mario Chalmers played. It was just like, it's going to be cool to see him in a Heat jersey again all these years later. Kyle Lowry was like, hell no, I'm coming back. Fuck out of here. We just never saw it.
Y'all didn't appreciate Kyle Lowry. Y'all didn't appreciate the
I did.
South Beach like y'all should have.
No, the
You gotta understand, like,
I appreciate
there are Heat fans who are fairly normal, and then there's the psychopaths on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's hard to know because I don't know, like, aside from like Nikias, I don't know, like, legit, oh, I'm a Heat fan. But even that one's weird because he's not from Miami. And according to y'all standards.
Well,
I'm a Ravens fan. I have never been to Baltimore. Not a day.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because it was out of the Dolphins, honestly.
No, I was a fan first. So when the team, like when I transferred over to NFL, they had every player I followed. So I was like, I'm sticking with them to this day.
Right. So I'm gonna clarify though. Like me personally, I'm a Heat fan because I'm from Miami and they were always good. I'm a Dolphins fan because I don't think you can grow up in my dad's house and not be a Dolphins fan. Like I would have probably been out on the street early on. So that's the case. But I fully understand people rooting for teams from other areas. It's just like if you're not even from there, you can't, like, let's say, for example, I think the year after the bubble, where like both teams didn't end up doing what they were supposed to do, but the Heat lose to the Bucks, and it's a bunch of Laker fans from like Iowa, like, we told y'all the Heat wasn't real. Like, stay out of it. Just leave us alone.
Mind your business.
Yeah,
we were dying.
Those are the ones I don't like.
Are they strictly from Iowa or all them states that nobody remembers, like Montana? If I'm a Laker fan in Idaho, do you not care about?
But even still, like Phil Jackson from Montana, so there's some kind of something there.
First of all, shout out to knowing that because I don't know that shit. But I felt like the bubble Heat, I didn't think they were real. Like, I thought they were like a fluke.
Damn. That's how we feel.
I ain't gonna lie. No, okay. I fully understand that. And I like, now that I don't care as much, I fully understand why people think that every year. Because the Heat themselves don't give a shit until the playoffs start. You got Jimmy Butler, like, you might not even notice, like, Jasmine, like, Jimmy literally says out loud, like, out of his mouth every year, I don't start playing until February anyway. And we can see it. He does not care.
Can definitely see it.
They're supposed to just be throwing shit at the wall and seeing what's going to work. They don't care until the playoffs. And so when everybody's surprised in the playoffs, I get it.
It's crazy she said that because I thought that was the best team we've had since Jimmy's been here. Yeah, in my opinion, that was my favorite team. That was Pete Goron. But it just, the level of Goron that year was so different. We just, unfortunately, once we got to the finals, it was like
literally game one.
Goron just absolutely tears his fucking plantar fasciitis or whatever you want to say.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't think that was a thing. I had to search up what that was. And after I read what it was, I was like, yeah, we are done for.
Yeah.
We are so done for. Bam was playing with like a turn. Like it was just, we had Kendrick Nunn playing 37 minutes. At that point, it was over.
This is the crazy part. People don't even remember. Goran, Bam, and Jimmy got hurt in game one. Jimmy just played through it. Now, do I think they would have still won? I don't know. But all three of your best players getting hurt in one game is crazy.
Yeah, I knew it was chalked. We lost on my birthday. I got blackout drunk because I knew it was going to happen. It was game 6. I was like, look, man, it is what it is. I'm going to have a good time today. I'm going to drink one for the homie Goran Dragic. And I did.
I feel so bad for people whose birthdays are like around playoff time. Because like mine is around All-Star game. So the Lakers cannot hurt me at that time. So,
no, mine is in October. So typically I never get hurt. But that year, it was a fucking bullseye too. Because I worked at the arena. So I was watching this team every day. And then they basically close down everything. They go to this bubble and like, I'm not working. So I'm like it was just a tough time. Just a tough time.
Man, I was moving to Texas that day. I was literally like, I'm getting an Airbnb in New Orleans so I can make sure I get there in time to watch the game. I get there, I turn on the TV, and my brother's ordering food for us. And I'm like trying to keep my eyes open, tired. Drove like 18 hours that day. I was like, fuck, Goran just got hurt. Fuck, Bam just got hurt. Jimmy, god damn. I turned that shit off. I'm like, I need some sleep. This is God telling me to go to sleep.
That's tough too, because like because Jasmine, you might not have ever experienced this, but like that drive through the South is really a drive through. It's like in life, where it's like, huh?
I didn't know.
You Atlanta, yeah. So you understand, like you know the feeling of going to a gas station and the relief you feel when you see a black person.
That's why I could never, like, I remember driving from Tennessee to Florida one time, and I filled up like right before I got to Alabama, and tried not to fill back up until like I hit Mobile to where there or Montgomery to where there was like other black folks. So yes.
So when I moved to Dallas, I drove from Miami. And like I was doing pretty good as far as the sleep goes. Because all right, so the story is I was supposed to leave a day earlier, but a hurricane came and hit Central Florida. So I had to wait. So I ended up driving straight from Miami to New Orleans instead of Miami to I think I was gonna go to like Tallahassee or something. So I'm driving straight to New Orleans and I'm sleepy as hell. So I'm in this straight road, straight pitch black. I need to pull over somewhere, but there's nowhere to pull over. I get to a gas station. It's like 2 a.m. and there's nothing but pickup trucks parked there. I was like, hell nah. So I waited till I saw a Caprice, and like, I don't want to say it, but like you kind of know what a black person car looks like sometimes. Yeah. So I got real comfortable. I slept there and everything was good. But yeah, I'm not driving through the South no more.
Man, I had to do it again when I went to pick up my dog. And this time I was with my girlfriend, so luckily I had a second driver with me because my brother don't drive. But we did the first shift. We drove through the night. We left like at 3 p.m. on a Friday, and we got to like Mississippi at like 12. And if you have never been through the South, their lights are off at 9 p.m.
No street lights.
No street lights.
7:30.
Yeah. Some places are 7:30, but we're like just seeing the car lights in front of us, and at like 11, there's like nobody on the road. Out of nowhere, you're seeing a fucking 10-story cross, wooden cross, just lit up, and we're like, faster! I'm driving faster through this shit. Fuck this. I'm brown. I'm not doing this.
Nah, but you gotta understand. Like, I took this drive in late, like, I left Miami the night of September 29th, 2022. I was still seeing "Make America Great Again" signs. This motherfucker was out of office already. So it's like, all right, man, you know what? I'm not stopping.
Do men not believe in like flying to their destinations? Like putting their car on one of the things?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought about doing that, but they said it was gonna be like $900, and I was like, I'll just drive. It's not worth it to me. Like the flight plus like transport. Like my car, like it died now, but my car was kind of trash anyway. So like, I wasn't about to pay $900 to ship it to Dallas.
Yeah, I didn't have enough to fly my car over there. And then the last time I was,
you sound like somebody. You sound like somebody to be at the Suites and Laker games.
Jasmine's like, hey, listen, poverty.
She said,
y'all don't just sell your car, buy a new car.
Why would you not leave your car in your city and get a new Bentley when you get there?
Like you guys drive?
We do not have it.
My driver.
Have somebody drive it for you. Just pay them.
First of all, I hate to move. Okay, but the last few times I've moved state to state, whoever is moving me is paying for it. So they put my car on one of the things, and then I fly. So excuse me. Although I did just move. I moved in LA, but obviously I can drive from city to city. But
I don't know if you noticed, people don't move us.
Yeah, right. We gotta move ourselves. Jasmine's got her driver waiting outside. Reginald.
I know. In my defense,
Alfred.
I don't know how much putting your car on one of the things cost. Yeah.
Too much.
That's way too much.
It's too much for us to even check. That's how much money it is.
No,
The flight is too damn high.
This is the worst part of my story, right? I had sent in like to try to get a quote the night before. The next morning, my alternator went out. So my car's broken down, and then I get the call like, hey, it's gonna be $900 to ship it. It's like, for real, right? Like I'm waiting for the mechanic so I can drive again. You telling me it's $900? Hell no, fuck you. I'm good.
Isn't that like a decent price?
It probably is, but I wasn't paying that for a car that I was sitting at a gas station waiting for a mechanic my dad knows to tow it to his house so he could fix it, and they quoted me with $900 before I even knew what it was gonna cost to fix it. It was like, hell no.
Dang.
We still wrap this show up. We're an hour and 18 in.
I don't want the rumors to fly that I be in like suites and shit, and I don't know the cost of anything.
Yeah, but before we go, like Jasmine doesn't have a sugar daddy; she just got clout. And, like, it's cool.
But ladies, if you want, you can have both.
Yeah,
no shame.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Playoff Foul. We didn't talk about nothing, but it was a lot of fun. I'm Kenny. Got Lou with me. Lou, where can they find you?
It's at SaucyTakes with no spaces on Twitter. Takes with the Z at the end. Just on Twitter.
Frankie, where can they find you?
I love that Lou points at the blur above him. Like you can read that. There you go, Lou. Fix it. There you go. Frankie G, FRANKYG _ on Twitter. You can find me on Heat Beats talking shit there too.
Exactly where to find Jasmine. She can tell you anyway.
Jasmine L. Watkins on Twitter. This is crazy because above you, I thought it was like some live, laugh, love shit. But no. It was a blur.
I'm gonna end it right now. I ain't even gonna finish the outro. We good.